Welcome from Hamburg in this case. So I'm happy to introduce Leander who is with me for a short fireside chat, actually demonstrating the potential of dynamic ad substitution in HbbTV. So now we turn directly into the topic. We turn into a living showcase and a living customer project, which illustrates the potential of SSAI. So Leander, now you can turn on your camera, please. That would be great. While Leander is doing that, this is the intro for we will just take 10 minutes of your time before we have a panel which goes deep into the details of SSAI and the different use cases and technology practices in it. So hi, Leander, good to see you.
Hey, hi, welcome.
So first, Leander will be, since his showcase and his project is technically demanding and a bit more complex, we thought it's a good idea to show a couple of slides, not more than 4 or 5, to illustrate what we are talking about. And over to you, Leander. I'm clicking for you.
Thank you very much, Oliver. Hi and welcome. My name is Leander Karel. I'm co-founder and managing director of Nautilus. Today, I want to give you some insights in our addressable TV solution and the potential of dynamic ad substitution in HbbTV. With Server-Side AI, we enable full ad break replacement with dynamic substitution on the TV client with ad podding server-side. And recently, we deployed that for discovery. Oliver, the next. Our solution is made for broadcasters who strive for the next level in CTV and wish to dynamically substitute advertisement in their linear broadcast. Also for platform service operators who wish to enable the functionality for their broadcast clients, for advertisers looking for incremental TV reach. It's accessible to local businesses and small and medium-sized enterprises with limited budgets for advertisement. But last but not least, for industry actors who wish to prevent video and ad budgets shifting away from TV. From our perspective, full ad break substitution is the most relevant ATV use case. It leverages existing and incremental reach because there's potential to serve more than 50 million connected HbbTV devices with 120 million people reachable across Europe. It's about improving yield with targeting. So there's household data, geolocation, and contextual data to create a higher value of the inventory, which leads finally to premium CPMs and improves yield. It raises the market potential because local and regional addressability as well as programmatic deals allow small and medium-sized enterprises to enter the TV market with any budget. So it opens up for millions of companies and franchises reaching their audience in TV. And it gives the chance to increase relevance by decreasing ad load at the same time. When we discussed the potential solution jointly with Discovery, there were various challenges we were facing in the field. We have to manage the full ad break replacement since single spots within a break cannot yet be signaled sufficiently in HbbTV. So we have to handle inaccuracy of stream events for ad signaling, which has 2 pain points. First, it's not frame accurate, and B, the transition time between broadcast to broadband mode differs heavily between devices and manufacturer models. Also, we have to deal with divergent playback behavior on different HbbTV versions. And finally, the personalization of commercial breaks requires the ad serving system to process a high variation of pods and deliver to millions of concurrent viewers. The solution we came up with had to provide seamless substitution of full ad breaks in HBB 1.5 and 2.0, making all ad events trackable and measurable, use device, audience, and contextual data for targeting, exclude competing spots, set frequency capping, and prevent spot duplication. And finally, as you can see in the graphic on the right, we have to manage podding of full ad breaks with scheduled broadcast ads being mirrored and replaceable spots being substituted with targeted ads, all being delivered over IP. Next. In a nutshell, we support smart ad break and pod management to allow processing of TV schedules. With hybrid dynamic ad substitution, we combine highly scalable server-side stitching of personalized ad breaks with client substitution over broadcast. We have intelligent ad conditioning and stitching, which allows device-based decisioning what transport format has to be served. And finally, we enable unified ad tracking and measurement of both mirror TV spots and DI ads to be measured with the same impression and quartile metrics. By putting all the pieces together, we achieved serving TV devices on a broad range of different HbbTV standards with one solution across countries, providing a simple and cost-effective solution to integrating with different head-end technologies and playout systems, and to allow scaling for millions of concurrent viewers. We came up with a solution that combines fully fledged client-side substitution with highly scalable multi-format stitching, integrated with sophisticated adblock management. So far from my side, Oliver, over to you.
Thank you. So a couple of questions since we have a few minutes left. First of all, when I was reading your showcase and your project first, I was like, the subtitle for me was like, "Welcome to Europe." So you launch in 2 countries where 2 different HbbTV versions are live and relevant to the market. How do you see the European CTV market currently by means of technology standards and heterogeneity versus the need for common standards in all of Europe?
I would say the CTV market here in Europe is definitely structured differently compared to the US. In CTV, we do not only see the whole OTT environment where we talk about streaming, but we see also HbbTV, especially for broadcasters, being a relevant field. So this is then differently that a lot of broadcasters are also driving the CTV, especially in the HbbTV area. When it's about standards, definitely all the standards the IAB is looking for in terms of the CTV guideline, what's included there for ad fraud, for VAST 4.0 things to make this, to have this really in production. But when it comes to HbbTV, other standards like DVB-TA, HbbTV-TA also play an important role and must be considered when seeing the whole CTV ecosystem.
Thanks. I think you really believe in the power of SSAI, from my understanding. I think your company even made a spin-off company on server-side ad insertion. How powerful do you regard server-side ad insertion for the future? So, which are the use cases which you currently already see in the market? What are future use cases which are relevant to be standardized or to be taken into account by the industry?
Yeah. So the spin-off, with the Nautilus server-side AI is the SaaS product we focus on. I mean, the use cases are around ad insertion in live, in catch-up, network PVR, so all the relevant playback modes that telcos offer today to their customers. But we also see audio and podcasting coming up for ad insertion more and more important because audio gets more relevant in our life. And with HbbTV, also broadcasters having much more interest now when going direct to customers. And these are the fields we see SSAI playing an important role. So the whole, I would say, completing the ad supply chain. If you see it from the beginning with SSAI, you have direct access to the inventory. And afterwards, you have the ad server, SSP, DSP chain, which needs to be managed in an optimized way. So making this chain compatible and robust, I think, is one important aspect. And then it's also about scaling. So SSAI requires scale to serve millions of users at the same time. And for us, we see in the future SSAI going on the edge, with edge computing. Today, it's mainly focused on cloud infrastructure, but we see that for delivering sophisticated ad experience, we think that edge computing will become an important aspect of the technology chain later in the year.
Mm-hmm. And is SSAI also a basic technology for combating fraud, for example? We heard in the keynote that this will be with less identifiable traffic. This becomes an issue. How do you see that? Yeah. A short answer would be welcome.
Yeah, definitely it is. And I would say the making tracking verification or verified tracking events server-side will become critical to have less dependency on client integrations. I think this is one way forward to make SSAI a more robust thing. but then also in conjunction with the whole viewability topic, it must be simple but deep integrated to work.
Thank you very much, Leander. That was very impressive.
Thank you very much.